Hi, I'm Mary Stein. You're watching the Actors Reporter with Kurt Kelly at AFM.
Kurt Kelly with Actors Reporter and Live Video Inc. at AFM 2013 with Mary Stein, who is from Marquette, Michigan.
Originally.
Well, I'm from Sheboygan, so our big claims to fame.
God.
And yeah, you're from the upper and I'm from the lower upper.
I know, it's gorgeous.
That sounds
there.
a little odd, actually.
It does.
Where people do smelt fishing and
Totally.
ice fishing, and Lake Superior, which is where Marquette's at,
That's true.
is, I think, 5 degrees in the summer. That's actually where I joined the
really?
Polar Bear Club when I was going to summer music camp at the University of Marquette.
That sounds about right.
And they made us go swim and dive in the water at like 6 in the morning as the sun's coming up, and I remember coming out bluer than the water.
That could be.
It's very cold there.
But you know what? I haven't been up there since I was like 1, so I don't really remember.
Okay, I haven't been up there since I was like, oh well, back in the 1800s. So you moved then to Milwaukee and now Los Angeles, or Wisconsin.
Well,
at least.
via New York. I was
Via
in
New
New
York.
York for 10 years, and then I came here.
So you're like me, you just kind of move around.
Well, kind of, except I'm an actor, so I went to New York to
Right.
go to school at Juilliard and to work, and then I came here to work more.
Okay. So, and you have a play about naked shoes coming up.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Explain this thing,
I-
because I got the press release and I'm like, naked
Okay.
shoes?
A few years ago, I had this inspired idea that I wanted to do theater because I
Yes.
hadn't done it for a long time. And a friend of mine had dragged me to Vegas, and I saw a Cirque show, and so I submitted my packet to them, and then they were interested, and I ended up working with them a little. And out of that, I met a gal named Annie Grimaldo, who has a company called Naked with Shoes.
I see. There was a with shoes. I'm naked in my tennis shoes. No.
So, and we met each other and we went, wow, we look alike.
Right.
So we have to do something together. And so this show came out of that.
Okay.
2 tall, 6-foot redheads that are lanky, that move, kind of like the Doublemint twins.
I see.
Yeah. And so that's kind of the premise. And this sort of film theater extravaganza came out of that.
So you've also done numerous films. So I'm guessing you've been to the AFM before. This isn't your first trip to the
I
the
have.
park. How have you seen it change over the years?
Oh, that's not, I haven't been there that much
Okay.
to know. I would say this hotel's stunning.
Right.
And when I walk through it, I want a camera because it looks like, it just looks like a parody of itself. No, I mean, do you know what I mean? Everybody
and
looks
especially
like
if you're going
film
up into
people.
all the booths, which are the rooms where do they put all the furniture and the beds? They are now complete offices.
Yeah. It's
It's a
pretty
pretty
awesome,
amazing
though.
experience here.
Yeah, the people are looking very Cosmo and very filmish.
And this is the 34th AFM, and last year when we spoke with
Wow.
Jonathan Wolf, who actually runs this whole thing, they had done over $1 billion worth of business out
Wow.
of this event as of last year. And I'm sure by the time we talk to him this year, the number may even be higher. That
That's
was
exciting.
what was sold when
Wow.
we talked to him during the event last year.
Wow.
Are you here to promote yourself to be in a film or to just network? What brings you here?
Just
this
to
year?
network,
Okay.
mainly, and all the stuff that I've been doing lately is mainly in the can at this point. So
Okay.
the idea is pretty much to get people to come to see our show,
Right.
which uses film, and to get another job.
Okay.
So.
And what types of projects would you be looking for at this film?
With this film?
Yeah, this film and this film market.
Oh, what type of projects, or what am I interested in? I mean, I'm always interested in doing a well-written script that's heart-centered and has amazing people involved. That's,
Okay.
I mean, if I'm to language what I'm interested in, that's my goal.
Now,
So-
you said you have a project in the can that's done? Did I understand?
Well, I
that
did a film called Little Boy,
Right.
which is all of those things. It has A-list cast, Emily Watson, Tom Wilkinson, Kevin James,
And
amazing
when is this
people.
out?
I don't know at this point.
So you shot it this year or last year?
No, I shot it last year, and they're still cutting it. And I gather that they've been trying to place it.
I see. So
Mark,
this is where they would come to be placing this.
I don't know if they're going to be
Possibly.
here. I
Right.
read an article recently because I haven't been in direct contact with the people, but I know that CAA has come on board, and Mark Burnett, who's now a producer on it.
What's the
So-
premise of this? Is this a reality show? I mean, if Mark Burnett's involved.
No, it's not a reality show at all.
Okay.
It's a beautiful script about a little boy whose father goes away to war. It's World War II. It takes place in Northern California. And he's bullied. He's kind of like the runt of the town. And with his dad gone, it gets really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it's about prejudice and about him trying to bring his dad back.
So a movie with good family values also then,
Totally.
I'm guessing. And what was
mean,
your role in this film?
Oh, in this film, I'm a
Yes.
church gossip, and I create all hell.
See.
I'm like the
You're
anti-character.
the troublemaker.
Well, no, one of them, but
I see.
I don't beat up the kid.
Okay,
Just
good.
verbally.
Great.
Just through gossip.
Okay.
So,
Projects that stick out in your mind because you've done several.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the more memorable ones?
well,
Well, when I was working with.
obviously.
Since you're a gossip, tell us.
Yeah, well, it's not really gossip because
All right.
don't you have to talk about other people?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yes.
you want me to talk about other people
When you were
that
doing
were
this
in the
film, yeah.
Okay, I did a film called Babe Pig in the City a number of years ago with George Miller, and that was an incredible experience
Right.
in every way. I got to travel to Australia, and it was epic.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really fun. And then I did a film with Ron Howard called The Grinch with Jim Carrey and
Oh,
Christine
what a
Baranski.
fun film.
And that was also epic
Right.
in that we got up at we had to be there at 4 a.m. in the morning. It took 4 hours and 15 minutes to put on the prosthetics, at
Oh
least
my gosh,
mine.
yes.
And then we started shooting at 8 a.m. So
Wow.
around then.
What
couple-
advice do you have to someone new to the show and to the industry who is just getting started? What would you say? I would do this if I were you,
Well, I guess I would say be really patient.
right?
And don't set up a game plan for yourself that is not how it don't be like a sheep. In other words, if everybody's going one direction, know yourself, go another direction to get where I know that sounds a little bit metaphoric, but what
Stay true to yourself.
stay true to yourself, have a plan, be patient, and don't think that you get it through simply waiting and going to casting directors and working with your agent. You need to be the catalyst and the force that moves things. People want to fly on your coattail.
Right.
So always have a project, and that, ergo, Two Long Ladies and a guy named Jeff is my current project. But if you have a project, it puts you in one that's a serious project,
Right.
that you show up and you bring all your creativity and your excellence to it. It puts you on the level with anybody that you would want to work with. Do you know what I mean? You need to be the creator and answer person when you're hired. You're not, you don't want to be like going to them like, oh, please give me a job. You show up like a co-creator. And so when you have projects, much can happen as a result of that.
Mm-hmm.
It changes you. You learn more than you would learn doing anything else. And then when you get jobs, you have more to bring to the plate.
Well, it's interesting because I just switched agents, and one of the things we talked about is with previous agents over the years. Traditionally, I have found, because I'm very market aggressive, that 90% of my work comes through my own efforts. And I'm looking for agents that are going to be out there being on the coattails and being aggressive to take it to the next level. So when you're looking for agents, also, if you've had one before, maybe the key is to be, like you said, selected to find people who are on your team who are going to help take it to the next level.
Well, here's what I found. There's certain things that I look for in an agent. They have to have integrity, because I've had agents that didn't pay.
Did I owe you money?
Yeah. With the financial,
story.
or they eventually pay, but not in a timely manner, and I have a mortgage. So, they have to have integrity, and they have to believe in you,
Right.
really believe in you, and
Right.
know what you do, and know how to pitch you. They need to be willing to communicate well with you and get on board with you have to have good communication.
Right.
And what else? They have to have good relationships with people that they can pitch you to, that people buy believe them when they say they should see you.
Right.
But I don't think that they have to be a huge agent, because my experience has been that if they have integrity and if they're behind you and you do your work. See, the myth is, or the old myth was, you got a really great agent, you sat back, and then they got you the auditions and they made it happen. But that's not true at all. Not on any level.
And
not
it
on
never
any
really
level.
was before
No, it
either.
wasn't. You're right.
I think that was a presumption that a lot of actors presume that I'm the artist and they're going to make it happen
No,
for
it's
me.
just naivete.
This is a business.
It's naivete, because you look at anybody, they're creating their own thing, and then you get the agent in the loop with it. For instance, okay, so I decided around the time that I got little boy, I want to do a really nice role in a feature film with A-list actors. That was my goal.
Okay.
So I basically...
Good goal.
Yeah, it was an awesome goal. It excited me. You
Yeah.
want a goal that you can stand in, that you know that you can stand in,
Right.
that you have that you're ready for, and that excites you. So that was my goal, and I went after a really particular role in a film that was being cast, and I didn't end up getting it, but when I do that, I've done my research, I know what films I'm going after, who I want to work with, and I get the agent wrapped around that.
Right.
And I do my work, and that excites them and gets them busy, but not in a way where you're being, it's a powerful way to work with your agent. And so you'll always have that agent if you do your part in a big way, and then they have stuff to work with. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Right.
And so I didn't end up getting the role I was pursuing. Laura Linney got it.
Oh,
It was like,
darn.
I was thinking, pretty big, but I got another role, which is the role of Martha in Little Boy. So it doesn't always come from exactly what you do, but it comes from your efforts.
And just to revert back to something you said earlier about finding the right agent, there's the old saying of, it doesn't have to be the biggest agent in town, it has to be the agent that gets you work. That's
Yeah.
the best agent for you.
Well, but also that they have connections, that they're
Right.
respected, that they understand you, that they're willing to work for you, and that they'll work with you. So you can send them emails and you go, oh, so-and-so is casting this pilot, and they love me, they're a big fan, can you
Right.
get me in on this role?
Okay.
And they're excited to do it, and they'll communicate with you. If it takes a couple days for them to get back to you, that's not going to be effective.
Right.
They really need to believe in you and work with you.
Good point.
Yeah, but that's something you cultivate, because you
Right.
also have to educate your agent. It's not just like some agents won't know, how to necessarily work with you. You kind of have to train them,
Right.
and you really can. You can train them that you're a professional, and they'll take your calls, they'll take all your emails, and they'll get back to you. I mean, last pilot season, you know what I did?
No.
This is wild. Okay. Well, of course you don't.
But I think you're about to tell me.
I am, which
Okay.
it was the first time I ever did this during pilot season, but I was leading something that was calling the 90-day challenge with a group of actors to jumpstart their careers and really take it to the next level.
Right.
And my goal was to book a series regular on a TV show. And I got really sick, actually.
Okay.
Which happens sometimes when you take
Yes.
on a big goal and you get really busy. And what happened is I had 2 weeks left to stand in that goal and make that happen when I had finally gotten better. And I just went on Showfax. This is going to sound wild, but I was like, what can I do? Because I really believe that if you stand in something, that you can find a way.
Right.
And so I went on Showfax and I went through everything that was casting that last week and the next week, pilot-wise. I read everything, Saturday and Sunday. And on Monday, I sent my agent a list of projects, and I said, what's happening with these projects? Can you get me in on them? He got back to me, and he gave me a detailed, he told me, okay, this was a direct offer, this is still casting, blah, 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 but you're covered. I've already, submitted you on these
right.
other things. And I said, okay, but I haven't auditioned, so if I'm covered, why don't we do this? Why don't we shoot footage of, say, 3 things, you check and see if they're willing to look at it. So 3 things that were really well written, that I could stand in and that I was excited about, I got to do on my own terms.
Right.
With somebody directing me and
Congratulations.
submit it, and I got auditions out of it. I didn't actually get the job, but I
you
got
got
more
the
work.
FaceTime.
Well, I got
Exactly.
FaceTime, and so that's what I'm talking about, getting really creative.
Right.
And then I had a meeting with them, and I said, this seemed to be really effective.
Right.
How about we do more of this?
Okay.
So that's how we work together.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I appreciate you taking the time with us today. I'm Kurt Kelly from Live Video Ink and Actors Reporter at AFM 2013, and we'll be back with more in just a moment.